Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to the OFSEA League of Legends High School Tournament here. Today, we are going to have Team Bots and D to Dance in the semifinals, or quarterfinals matchup, as our first one today. It's going to be John McCrae versus Christ the King. Danners, how you doing today?
This was actually our matchup from last time by. We do have, of course, Sion versus the Reading Royals. Going to be this one. Still John McCrae there for the side of Sion. However, the Royals, that's going to be Bishop PF Reading, if I do recall correctly. Still going to be excited. We haven't gotten an opportunity to see these teams specifically during the round robin phase of things. So we're going to be looking forward to seeing what kind of differences they end up picking.
What kind of compromise, right? Like, what can you do to change things to try to make yourself have a little bit more of a favorable win in the quarterfinals? What can you do to try to give yourself an edge over the opponents? That is the big question here right now between John McCrae and Christ the King. And we see the start of the draft coming through. We do see a Zoe ban. We do see, I believe that is Misfortune unbanned, or Zoe, sorry, unbanned, ban there. And you know me, I'm fresh on the back end saying Zoe, and it gets me all confused here, but no worries. Yeah, so the few bans coming through here, all 6 bans for both teams are decided, and we actually got our first pick here now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The players absolutely flying through this draft, eager to get underway. First pick here for the side of Sion is going to be the Darius, and then oddly enough, counterpicked right away from the Royals is Sion. So Sion doesn't get to play Sion, but they get to play against Sion. And then Morgana going to be picked up to follow that one up. So we've got crowd control for days to start things off here.
Yeah, pretty ironic that Sion is not on Sion here in this matchup. I found that pretty funny, but here we go. Seeing more of these picks do come through here now for both of these two teams. And the Royals, I believe they did come away with the first one, right? Or no, Team Bots did. Sion did come away with that first one, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Bots ended up getting the victory during the round robin stage. But of course, Sion being the separate squad here, they had themselves a really good round robin phase. I do believe they went 3-0, so a solid squad in their own right. They are going to pick up the Graves and then the Twitch, which is a character we do not get to see a whole heck of a lot in competitive settings. So looking forward to seeing that. And then Ezreal going to be picked up for the side of the Royals.
I feel like we've been saying that all day. You know,
it's nice to be honest.
Yeah, champs that are not typically in meta, not in the competitive setting. This might be more of a comfort picks. This might be more, you know, their mains that they usually go to, and that's what we're kind of coming through with here in these games. But regardless, with that being said, we're getting so many new champs getting selected here in this whole day. As I mean, we've been here since 10 a.m. on the channel, right? And we've seen lots of out of the ordinary picks, and it is a blast here because it really just makes the game exciting. I feel like after the meta is there for a while, the game starts to you watch the same thing kind of repeat over and over in the draft, but we're getting lots of surprises here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like you're saying, the personal picks coming out, trying to figure out how you can take everybody's personal pick to then make a comp out of it or a style out of it. Or sometimes everybody just like buggers off and does their own thing. And it's like, okay, meet me in mid at like 20 minutes and we'll make a fight out of this. But to be honest, some of the best teams we've seen have had some fantastic theming, some fantastic like strategy involved around some unconventional picks. Like even this one that we're seeing here out of Sion, they have a bit of a stealthy thing kind of going on here between the Twitch and the Nico. So 2 characters we don't see a whole heck of a lot. Yet that is very scary alongside the Lulu. Meanwhile, on this side of the Royals, we do have the Shyvana, which we don't see very often, and then Zed.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to quickly go over here now the information for John McCrae, the Team Sion here. They are from Ottawa, and then a quick shout out to the coach, because coaches do not get enough recognition. So quick shout out there to Tyler and Nugent, who is the coaches there for the team of Sion. But then if we do look at their top lane, it should be, we do have Nefaris.
Yes.
Okay, so Nefaris is going to be playing that top lane. He's going to be in grade 11 here right now. Doraemon is his favorite anime. You might be able to correct me on that one, but Doraemon
Your guess is as good as mine on that one.
His favorite food is shawarma. I can't blame the guy. Shawarma is solid. And then we do have it looks like, yeah, that's a bit mid of the information. But then we do have our mid jungle as it is going to be Sita and Amanda. Oh, man,
that was the one earlier I was saying. Like, how do I say this, guys?
Yeah. So it's
interesting.
Seat and Amata. So Seat and Amata, he's going to be in grade 11 as well. And Dormont is his favorite anime. And then mid, we got It's Danny DeVito. ADC, we got Cap is Reformed. And then our support, we got Jitty, which is also in grade 11. So a lot of the grade 11 squad here. Sion.
The one thing I find really funny, for It's Danny DeVito, that's all it says. It just says, It's Danny DeVito. Okay, no questions asked. Fair enough in that regard. Meanwhile, the side of Reading Royals, first off, shoutouts to the Reading Royals. They had 5 entries into this tournament. So the fact that they have just that much interest at their school, that's absolutely amazing.
25 league players.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's absolutely crazy. So props to them in that regard. Meanwhile, though, for this D squad here, I mean, sounds like D squad, sounds like I'm insulting them, but no, this is actually a fantastic squad in their own right. We got Plindle, and let's see, it says favorite color is purple, and he likes rats. I mean, we do have a Twitch, so fair enough on the squad. Then in the jungle, we are going to have Shisley, going to be playing the Shyvana as we see this time by. 17 years old and loves listening to Silk Sonic. Not quite sure what that one is. That's okay. Then we have Evan. That's going to be Leuven. Grade 12. Is a pianist and a magician. We have Mega Noob. Sounds like my own insult into my own solo queue games. I'm an absolute Mega Noob. Another fellow piano player as well as a 12th grader. And then last but not least, down on the support role, going to be Daniel Estes. It's going to be D-Knight, who enjoys traveling, which fair enough, that could absolutely be fantastic. I know personally, once we start getting into land season again, I'm going to love that.
It'd be nice to get away from this Ontario weather lately. I mean, it's been very on and off with us.
Made up its mind.
Yeah, exactly. But Dan, this is one of the games that my solo queues might be more newbie than you here in this one. And this is a game that I'm not as familiar with, but we are going to be seeing some good farm coming through here very early on for Sion, just trying to get this gold up and get a good advantage here over the Royals. In the start of this game, they are going to be in the blue, as we do see the Royals in the red coming through in this one. The first 2 minutes, not a whole lot of action coming through. We did see a couple early kills in these past games, but not as much in this one for the first 2 minutes at least. We do still have a few minutes to go. If there's any kill before 5 minutes, that is definitely still an early kill.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if we're going to see one, which side does it come out of, and I'm going to guess it's probably going to be the bot lane on the side of the Royals with that Ezreal Morgana. With the Dark Binding that Morgana can fire out could lock you down for a very, very long period of time. And if you pair that up with the puddle alongside the burst damage that Ezreal can provide, that could very well be the case. But there's always a chance of this wet noodle fight up in top lane going awry.
Oh, look at this. He will be able to make his way back out to turret dive there, and not able to push in is going to be the side of Sion. As they're still, 2.5 minutes through here, and a good amount of damage has been inflicted, but no kills have been yet to come through here between these two teams. As you do see these minions just going at it, and some of the farm coming through for both these respective teams as well. D9 will actually take quite a bit of damage there, but he is going to be forced off the gunfight. Or not the gunfight, I guess. It is going to just be the fight in general.
I was going to say, you're the guy who picks Graves and then tries to right-click to aim down your sights in a MOBA. That
is what I would do. I mean, if I was to play, that is what I would do.
What do you mean I can't aim down sights? You just click on it. But no, it's so funny nonetheless. Just kind of trading out back and forth. Relatively even in regards to minion kills early, with the exception of a little bit of extra dominance there from Ferris in the top lane. Just taking a small lead for himself, but overall, relatively quiet start to this one. To start off our quarterfinals is a little bit of a nice change considering the amount of chaos that we saw during the round robin. Now that all these teams have made it into the top 8, they want to make it a little bit further. They're going to play a little bit safer because these are all still best of ones.
The pressure is definitely on. I mean, you were just saying right there that these are still all best of ones, and that makes it have so much more of an impact. You lose your draft one time, you mess up your draft one time, and it could screw you out of this whole tournament. But look at this. We are going to be seeing the side of the Royals have a nice little play going on. A lot of damage inflicted over to the side of Sion, but no kills still coming through in the first 4 minutes, and it's going to be right back to the turret for the side of the Royals. So a pretty even one here now, and all we've seen all game here so far is tons of damage inflicted, but no kills actually coming through. So I'm only assuming it's only a matter of time until we find some sort of an opening on the map. But as of right now, I mean, I would say that both teams are fairly even. Both teams have taken a significant amount of damage and regained it, and they've put themselves right back into this fight.
Yeah, overall, taking a look again, we have about 30 seconds or so before the first dragon does make its appearance. I don't think we'll see anybody really make a challenge out of it. Neither of these junglers are that fantastic at trying to sneak a solo in, but they could very well pick it up if there's some extra teammates around them. But of course, that would require having the teammates there ready to go. We probably won't necessarily see any major threats until level 6, which the mid lane is right around the corner from getting it. I do believe Leuven on that Zed, like, comboed up properly. You could get close to getting the one-shot combo onto its Danny DeVito, but otherwise should just be Farmville for at least a little bit longer.
Yeah, Farmville indeed. It's like a Facebook game here right now, Dan. But no, it is going to be Royals and Sion still. Yeah, just at an even stalemate here, just fighting, trying to get this poke damage, trying to farm up, and that is the start of the game for League of Legends. I'm happy to see that both these teams are taking this game very seriously with us being in quarterfinals, and they're playing it very, very well here. This is what you should be doing in the first 5 minutes of your League of Legends game, is farming up and getting your abilities, you know, getting your anything that you need as an asset here to help you out, help your champ out going forwards in this map. But it is going to be Danny DeVito pretty weak, and here we go. It is the dive indeed. It's Danny DeVito will be tagged down, and the first blood will come through. The Royals will find that one.
And pop, and the Nico's dead. Nicely done there from Leuven to absolutely capitalize on this. I think they got the level 6 either at the same time or just before it's Danny DeVito. Yeah, actually Danny DeVito is still level 5, so was able to get the experience lead, absolutely capitalized on it, had the ultimate, dove in, nothing that it's Danny DeVito can do, because as soon as that mark's on you, enough damage gets applied and you're just going to end up popping in that case here. That being said, up in the top lane we have a gank coming.
Yeah, that gank is going to work out there, and that's going to even up the kills now at 1-1, but look at this. That is going to be some more damage inflicted here. Almost. That is the side of Sion trying to find the kill. So close, so much damage was inflicted, but the TP out will work out for the side of the Royals, and they will get away with their lives. But look at this map control that has been gained for Sion here. Now they're making their way towards the turret here, Dan.
Yeah, of course, Sion, one of the few characters, or his main I guess passive you could say, is when he does go down, he does become a zombie for just a couple seconds, and nearly going to trade out there with Faris, but able to get out of dodge in that regard. But still, between the minion kills for Faris and the extra elimination on top of this, this Darius is going to be the possibility of like Ricky levels of scary, if you know what I'm saying. But that being said, we could have ourselves a gank in this bot lane. The side of the Royals are a little bit weak, but they do have the numbers advantage. Another Shiesty is going to opt against it. Might have been too scary.
Might have been too scary indeed. I mean, they're just playing this one very passive. Now, knowing that you are in quarterfinals, you're in this elimination stage where only one loss will take you out of this fight. It is going to make these teams really think about each play so much more. And I really hope that it doesn't hinder them on making plays they would usually make because of, you know, their stressed anxieties there. So I'm really hoping that they can still close things out for both of these teams here right now. But it is going to be a little bit more of a fight towards the top lane. Not a whole lot coming from it, but 4 players all in the bot lane right now, and this one could get interesting here soon.
Big damage.
Yeah, a lot of damage dealt, and they are approaching the turret.
Yeah, Cap nearly finding the poison ticks necessary to get the elimination there onto D-Knight, but D-Knight is going to get out alive. Do they have the ultimate? He wants to get that extra little chop, but he's not going to find it. Plindle is going to live, but you can see how difficult this is. Even item-wise, instantly going for armor instead of anything else because you're just trying to survive your lane, and they having a hard time even necessarily doing that. Right now, Virus doubling the minion kill number of Plindle right now. So just a very, very difficult time here for Plindle, trying to find any sort of gold he can, but Virus is just in his face constantly.
Yeah, double is a crazy amount to be up by here right now on that top lane side. Scary amount to be down by here for sure if you are from the side of Pindle. But Pindle is going to be trying to claw his way back into this one as we do see 2 members of Sion here trying to force out some pressure for the side of the Royals. Will we see any support come through? Not as of yet, as this fight in mid lane is still going on. As players are trying to find what they can do with this one, but still, Dan, we have not seen a game as passive as this, as slow as this all day long.
Yeah, like we actually made the comment a little bit earlier. It's like, okay, you watch like higher level league, and a lot of times it can be a lot of time between each elimination, and then like lower levels it gets a little bit more chaotic. But it seems like that might be the case. These teams both playing extremely well, extremely cautiously, and it also has a caveat as well if you're no longer in round robin. Like these matches, like one and you're done. Yeah. So people aren't necessarily as eager or as reckless, I guess, to make some big plays, but still interesting in that regard. One thing I do want to give a quick shout out to as of right now is it's Danny DeVito. Did go down early with that gank, or no, that initial attack there from Leuven, but came right back into lane and just kept focusing on eliminating minions, getting golds that way. So even though, yeah, sure, you lost your life once, you're still pretty much neck and neck with your lane opponent because you got those minions.
The minions are definitely a huge asset here right now to help with that gold coming through. 10 no minutes are now passed, and we only see 2 kills on the board, so that will probably change here in the near future as we do see a little bit of a fight over here now towards the bot lane turret for the side of the Royals, but once again, nothing will be coming from it. So the minions are just going to be fighting this one out. The minion advantage will come through for the side of Sion. It's going to force these members of Royals back here now and to play a little bit slower. So both these teams are doing a great job of finding their control when needed and playing it very, very passive. They're not giving these risks. They're not giving free kills over to the opposite team.
No, not at all. Absolutely much more cautious. As of right now, just under, or just over rather, a 1,000 gold lead difference. We do see the attack coming down. Mega Noob's biting off too much. Can he chew? And that is going to be the expunge, taking care of both of them. Click, click, boom, you're dead.
Yeah, that's going to be massive for Sion there. It was a 1-to-1 kills in this game. Now a 3-to-1. 2 kills both going to come through. And it is the respawn time, I believe, was hovering around 20 seconds here. So we will see Dark Knight make his way right back into this game. And then Mega Noob will be back into this game here now. But a lot of time still taking off the clock, and this does give the opportunity here now to Sion to make their way to all of these turrets, get a ton of damage off, maybe potentially knock a couple down, and find yourself more openings throughout the map.
A big gank here in the mid lane. Nice little juke. Here comes Shiesty too. Dragon form coming through. And somehow, Leuven was extremely low, but is going to survive. A little bit of a duel now in the middle. Shotgun versus Dragon. Who's going to win? I think it's going to be the Shotgun. Shiesty is going to trade at least. So close. Are they going to commit? Lulu with the save to keep Seat in this one. Leuven still fighting, but he does find the Twitch on the side of Sion. Cap is reformed, coming in with the crossbow, and this fight still isn't done.
Yeah, this fight is still prolonging here now. It has been going on for about a minute or so as we do have Pindle very, very weak just on this turret, and you do see the side of Nefaris really trying to find this kill. He's going to inflict a lot of damage to the turret, but will not find that kill. Now, we do see Pindle starting to make his way out a little bit more to try to find some sort of an opening.
Yeah, that was actually kind of close there. Pindle did not have the ultimate available, so couldn't charge necessarily at them there. For the most part, Sion, the character, is just very immobile, very like brute, right? So it's just hard to get moving. But staying out of range of some of those axe swings from Ferris, keeping him alive, making it so that he's still just only down the one elimination compared to another. And then he just kind of caught the Royals wanting to get aggressive, but maybe it not being the right idea in that bot lane specifically there. Mega Noob going point blank basically up against Cap and Jitty there in the bot lane and just instantly paid for it. And Twitch just being one of those characters that are really good at finishing off the eliminations as well. Once those poison stacks are on, you have the ability to just basically drain them for big damage depending on how many stacks you have. So nicely done there from Cap, and I like what he's doing. He's no longer just like sitting in bot lane. He's looking for additional things, making the rest of his other teammates get big boosts as well, and maybe just setting up for a dragon, because that's maybe another thing that I didn't really notice, is somehow somewhere down the line, the Royals did get the first dragon,
yeah, I didn't
but Sion's going to get the second one.
Yeah, I did not even pick up on that first dragon gone in favor of the side of Royals. Yeah, potential snipe coming through, but it will not work out. It is giving the blue team still with the dragon, that being Sion, leaving us now at 1 dragon apiece. 4k health advantage here right now, currently in favor of Sion as well, and that what makes me believe that Sion will have the upper hand in the remainder of this game. Just having such a few thousand gold advantage so early on in matchups like this have some key importance.
I mean, this Twitch on the side of the Sions are going to make me very nervous, as we do see another gank up here in the top lane. I don't think you're long for this one. By this roll here, Ferris. Dragon takes him down.
Yeah, it's now 2 players, both over here on the back end of things, trying to get something started here for the side of the Royals. With an initial kill will put them up to a 4, and they are looking for a 5 here now to even up these numbers between these two teams. You've seen a little bit of engagement coming down, and Sion DeVito will inflict some damage here before ultimately falling off that angle, as the former opponent will draw back over into the turret. It's going to be Sion DeVito here now, just slaying out the minions, and this is what we've kind of been seeing all day. Farm up, farm up, farm up, and get into one kind of small engagement when you can. But I really want to see one of these big team fights here soon, Dan.
I mean, it would be wise for Sion to try and pull that off, I think. I think they have enough of a lead across the board that they can get away with that. But if the 5-on-5 does end up happening here, or something similar, and Kappa's Reformed happens to be there, that is going to be a lot of kills going over into the favor of Sion, as we do see yet another battle here. Blindle going to escape. But basically, I know we don't see Twitch too often, but going to explain. Normally, an immobile AD carry like this, actually, hang on a second, as that's going to be another kill. Leuven going to try and keep his team on the board.
Yeah, Leuven doing a great job of that one here right now, and that is going to be the turret getting taken down here for the blue team. That's the first turret destroyed in this game, and will definitely help them out when it does come to their economy. Now it's currently sitting at 26.6k, up against the 22.9 of the side of the Royals. So to have a 3.7 gold advantage right now in this point of the game is such an upper hand to have, and it will give you a benefit.
It's absolutely brutal. However, Cap might be getting a little bit overzealous. Here we go, team fight.
Yeah, it is now going to leave us into a 2-on-3 is what it looked like. The first will go down here for the side of Sion. It's all up to one more. 2 players will be falling for Sion. 1 will go down for the Royals, and we are still looking for more engagements here onto these bots. Both players are very, very weak, but managing to keep their lives will help out the side of the Royals drastically.
Okay, so they got the shutdown there onto Cap as well, onto that Twitch. So they are able to get a bunch of gold into their pocket. I think it went over to the Shyvana as well, so it's going to be Shiesty, who, as the Shyvana, is a bit bruisery. So, like, yes, a little bit tanky, but not to the point of Sion, but has more damage than something like a Sion, for example. So pair that up with Leuven here. They both have the ability to dive in onto, like, a squishy target. So a lot of this team fight, once we do start getting into that phase, is going to rely on, can the side of Sion keep their Twitch safe? Twitch does have the invisibility going for him, but at the same time, if you get caught once, you are absolutely toast. Leuven, what are you thinking about doing, my friend?
Yeah, he's just going to run back behind his turret there, playing for a little bit more of support to force off these 2 opponents, as now Leuven will start to make more of his information play, but that is going to be, yeah, so much damage given over here now from OFSEA and DeVito, and it is going to be the side of Sion looking to retake this advantage in this game. The turret now will be getting a ton of damage inflicted onto it. These players are chased back all the way to the home base, and this turret should be gone.
And the Nico there, Danny Vito, going to be forced to pop the ultimate to keep themselves alive. Turret going to be barely going down, unless they can clear out the minions, which it looks like they do. So with Cap there, does have the spray and pray available. If they line up at all, they're just going to get shredded, just like that. D-Knight not going to be long for this world. Taken down, taking care of the turret, and you have about a minute or so now to get ready up for this next dragon fight and get that ulti back.
Yeah, that ulti will be big here for yourself to try to win out in these big team fights that really have a lot of weight on them. You really got to bounce back as well, because if you look at things, it's 9-7. If you are from the side of the Royals right now, you are down by, 3.5k, and you got to work your way back up from that. It's not an easy task, so it's all going to start with trying to get some turrets, trying to get some farm, and doing whatever you can to build up that economy on the outside of just actually playing these matchups here. But it is going to be a good little gank coming through, and it is actually going to be a kill over onto V. Shiesty going down. A double kill going to work out as Mega Noob will fall shortly after, and they are still hunting for more, Dan.
Holy smokes, there's just battles absolutely all over the place. Ferris going to take care of that one. Jitty is going to end up going down here. Lots of kills going absolutely all over the place in this regard, and it still might not be done. Can Leuven go down here? Is DeVito going to be able to take care of it? Not quite. See, so gotta be careful. That's a good, just teleport right back forward. And okay, get a little bit of a bait and switch coming out there from Leuven. Nicely done to keep himself alive. But a very overzealous, scrappy fight. Once again, Cap is reformed. Being ahead on Twitch, like knowing that you can go point blank with somebody and maybe win the one-on-one. Not taking into consideration that you're jumping into like a 1-on-3. And getting himself caught. Granted, 8 eliminations, was able to trade it out, but just definitely has to be a little bit careful. It just takes Leuven to spot you once, pop the ultimates on you, and I don't care how fit you are, you're still going to pop as long as you get enough damage onto him. He looks for another one here versus Mega Noob.
Yeah, the game progressing right now is definitely helping. It is going to be some aggression coming through and
Just
shut
like that.
down actually as well.
Wow.
Yeah, completely deflect that for sure. It's a big kill over there onto Cap is reformed from the side of the Royals. They are making a good impact here now, finding that first initial kill in this team fight, and it is going to be the side of Sion immediately falling off of the presence, knowing that the fact that they really just cannot take this fight right now without losing another player.
Gosh, Leuven's Zed is actually clean. Like, this is like some incredible stuff we're seeing here so far from the Royals mid laner, just able to find those targets specifically, picking them out and like knocking them dead, and just using the shadows effectively to be able to teleport your way to safety, and just doing so far so good. Technically, like 5 eliminations, 3 assists on the board so far. D-Knight might be a little bit of trouble, but the cavalry has arrived. Gonna skirmish a little bit more here in this mid lane. Seeds, okay, nice shot actually. The collateral damage coming through, and is going to finish off D-Knight, who's just been having a rather rough start to this game. But then Cap's gonna get himself overzealous once again, gets blitzed out here. Shiesty gonna take care of it, charging on through. Plindle, there we go, gets on the board. Good use of the ultimate to hunt down the other member of the Royals, or the member of Sion rather. And just like that, what was like a 6 to 7k gold lead is now like down to 5, and Royals are clawing their way, and they do have win conditions.
Yeah, Royals definitely does have those win conditions. They do still have one of those dragons. They do still have only a few K less than the side of Sion does have, but at this point in the game, a few K can really make the difference. That's the big game changer here in League of Legends. That 3K could really make the world here for a few of these players. It is going to be the more farm coming through here. Both teams trying to get a little bit more money in their pockets. And it is going to be still a 3-kill advantage, but despite this being a 3-kill advantage, they only have a 4.8k lead, where the last time they had a 3k advantage was over 5k.
Oh, absolutely. And now, like, Baron Nashor is a possibility for objective in this time. 2 minutes still, at least, for the next dragon. If Sion was able to clean that one up, they would be able to get themselves 3 dragons, one step closer to that dragon soul. I would imagine we're going to see a challenge come out here from the Royals to not let that go, at least without some sort of trade. But they have to be careful. Cap on the prowl once again, and could use Danny DeVito as a little bit of bait. We see Shiesty coming through, and Mega Noob getting jumped on. Dodges the dragon, good flash, but he's actually going to go down. He just needs to sit behind his teammates, and he'll be A-okay. But DeVito gets taken down too, with Shiesty there on the Shyvana, the dragon coming through, and now what can they do to capitalize on this moment?
Yeah, this is going to make things very difficult here now. If you are from the side of Sion, from that gold lead you just had, is now down to under 4k. And that's definitely a concern if I have seen one. And it is going to be the side of the Royals now, getting so many kills. Another one there off and on to Rampage. That is going to keep him out of the round moving forwards. And just all of these kills are, or he's on Rampage, sorry, and he will take him out, and he's out there for the rest of the few seconds or so. But all these kills coming through are definitely making such a big impact. But this is one of the, I feel like personally, this is the closest game we've seen all day.
One of the closest, absolutely, and it's now starting to get scrappy because I feel like Sion got extremely overconfident. And not throw. I know people like to use that term very, very loosely, but they've definitely overextended many times here and are really allowing a couple of the members of the Royals to really claw their way back here. Like, I look at, say, Mega Noob there on the Ezreal. He's been being picked on in the bot lane, and again, picked on a little bit by Leuven. However, while he may not have the eliminations, he has the assists. You're still getting gold from that. Has his Essence Reaver already, has a couple extra items, and slowly but surely starting to hurt. Leuven dominated his lane. So far, so good here. Can absolutely burst out even the Twitch. We've seen that many times. And then the Shyvana. Don't sleep on the dragon. Will absolutely shred you. So there is still plenty of ways that Royals can get themselves a quick team fight win if something along the lines of like Cap maybe getting overextended. If they can catch somebody, just pick somebody off, that'd be huge.
Yeah, catching somebody would be a game changer here. Just turning this favor a little bit more into your end would make this one game anybody's game to actually take here now, as it is going to be everybody stacked up over towards this bot lane, mid lane, jungle side of type things, just both looking for this dragon and another farm around these parts. And here it is. The dragon will get released, and it is going to be the side of Sion trying to get this initial one, but we will be seeing Royals coming through there to try to get a steal, and it will be a steal from the Royals finding the dragon.
And Cap got bursted in this instance as well, so they're not going to be able to capitalize on that damage. That being said, though, it does seem like it is still ever so slightly going into the favor of Sion, as they've been able to kill off all of the damage dealers. Plindle is the only one alive, and it's just a mere meat shield at this point here, going to be taken down. So the team fight win, absolutely, without question, going over to Sion. However, the big Dragon Steel coming out there from Shiesty does make it so that Dragon Soul win condition for Sion gets delayed by like 15 minutes.
Yeah, and 15 minutes is not a small amount of time. Like,
No.
I mean, that is a very, very delayed win condition, which will definitely provide you an asset here if you are the Royals, giving yourself more time to find the gold lead in this game and whatnot. They are only down by a few gold, or a few thousand gold here, right? So that this is still theoretically anybody's game. When you have a combined 96,000, the 6,000 gold that differentiates these two teams is not that much. Both teams are still able to get a lot of their buys here on their champs. With the Dragons, that is my big focus here right now. It's really going to delay things down, like you were saying, with the red team stealing that one.
Yeah, like that could have been or that is the difference, rather, between, okay, there's so much pressure on, we have to get this next dragon or we're basically screwed, or, okay, we've bought us some time, or A-okay. And like looking at the goal difference right now, I know we've mentioned it a bunch, but the other thing to take into consideration is if you look at the Sion base right now, all three of their outer turrets are still standing, which means that is all golds that can absolutely go into the pocket. You see the first one actually going down right here due to Plindle on the Sion there. But that's a couple thousand gold now right in the pocket, goes right into the bank. It's much closer, and we have another team fight. Oh dear, this is going to be nasty.
Yeah, that one is working out very, very well here so far in the beginning for the Royals, but it will all fall apart there as they will be losing 4 players, where the side of Sion is only losing 1, and that is going to be its Danny DeVito in this game. Now a 4v1 is really just make your way over towards the site, but the Baron is here, and the Baron will be able to get retrieved here from the members of St. Clair, or not St. Clair, what am I mean? This is getting a little too used to the pattern here, but no, from Sion actually, as it is going to be some nice turret damage. They've made their way very, very far into the base side here now, Dan.
Yeah, well, this has been interesting. While the side of Sion has been like focusing on objectives, Seton Mata has just been constantly on a different objective on the separate side of the mat. When Sion went for the Dragon, the Graves went towards the mid lane turret. They went for Baron, they pushed the inhibitor turret. They're always double dipping and getting away with it.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like, you should not be able to infiltrate a base while gaining a Baron for yourself. It's just something that should not be happening, and that is what we kind of saw from the side of Sion this time around. So Sion is going to gain themselves now a gold advantage. I know we keep bringing it up over and over, but it has such an impact in this game from what was just 4 or 5k moments ago. Finding that Baron, finding some more of these kills, finding some more of these turrets will give you yourself now a 9k gold advantage, 10k gold advantage pretty much here now. Just 9.9k separating these two teams in this gold.
Yeah, and these next couple team fights, the main things they're going to be like keeping an eye on is what's going on with Leuven. Those last 2 team fights weren't necessarily the greatest because there was no opportunity for Leuven to single out, say, Cap, for example, and actually like take care of him. Cap has just been sitting in the middle of like a combo between Danny DeVito, Seton, and then Jitty. And then Jitty there with the Lulu ultimate able to just buff you with health and shields. It's been keeping this Twitch extremely safe with a ton of extra damage, allowing him to get away with things like this.
Yeah, I have no clue absolutely how we do see the side of Sion trying to dive in. It is working out not too badly at all, but that is going to be some more players coming in and trying to battle this one back here now, and it is going to force the side of Sion to play this one a little bit slower, but that might just do it here. Sion, they found the kills. It's Danny DeVito. He does find Pindle, and that is now going to be a 3 versus 1 on the base.
I don't think they can finish this, though. Cap is down, and that's a lot of their turret damage down. Unless they just absolutely send it and just prove me wrong, they might very well do that. In fact, they do clean out Mega Noob in the end. A well-fought battle, but Sions, they found their opportunity and absolutely sent it and capitalized. They are going to move forward into the semifinals.
Yeah, Sion making a splash here so far in this bracket. It was a very, very close game, but they made some very, very good plays, which put themselves in the favorable position. It is now going to be that 1-0 win, like you were saying, moving them into the semifinals matchup, and they're getting inches and inches closer here to the grand finals. That's very, very interesting, as we are more and more teams getting knocked out as we go here now, and it's really getting down to the wire.
Yeah, we had a fantastic morning full of round-robin action, now, of course, being in the bracket. So, sadly, the Reading Royals D team is going to end up going down, but top 8 in the OFSEA.
You still deserve a pat on the back for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. You're in the top 8 after a fantastic season. There's absolutely nothing to scoff at there. Fantastic job in their own right. And just happy, of course, still to see just high school esports becoming a thing.
Oh, super excited. I feel like every time I come in here and we cover high school League of Legends or whatever it is, high school Valorant, whatever we're actually covering, it just gives you so much passion to go back to your old high school and try to create an esports program there and, get these teams competing. But it really is. I love seeing the high school collegiate, or not collegiate, I guess, the high school esports aspect, because it's a feeder for collegiate. We see it more and more frequent. I'd like to eventually see something along the lines of like traditional sports where you see players, you go from playing for your high school team right to go playing for your collegiate team. It'd be awesome to see that here in the near future, and this is a stone in the or a step in the right direction here, as we do see the side of Sion winning this game, one advancing to semifinals. They're looking to take their high school right to grands.
Yeah, absolutely. One more game to do that, and we'll have to see. Not quite sure if we're going to join up again with them in the semifinals. We have to see what happens on the other side of the brackets. That one is scheduled, if I do recall, for 2:30, which means we have about 10 minutes, a little bit of a breather before the next one. We'll pick up one of the semifinals. The other one will be played off stream, but then we'd meet up again with that team in grands. But still, do not go anywhere. We're going to take ourselves a very, very quick break, probably 10 minutes or so, as we get to see what our next semifinal matchup ends up being. And just more high school action. Don't go anywhere.